Hey, Moltrap here! Another audio commentary going on. This is from the OSL, and if you don't want any spoilers about Stork versus Savior, you're gonna have to stop listening and go watch that game, because I'm gonna talk about it. Because this is Stork versus DarkElf, and Stork, I'm looking forward to this match because Stork, yesterday in his match against Savior, he won, he totally, absolutely slaughtered Savior in game 2, to even up the score, and then Savior pretty much pwned him in game 3. So Stork is now out of the MSL, which is really, really disappointing. If he had beaten Savior, he was going to go all the fucking way. He didn't, though. Really disappointing. So I'm really hoping to see him. I mean, I really love watching Stork play, so I'm hoping he can keep going in the OSL at least, and make it in the OSL since he's now going to be out of the MSL. He made it to the He made it to the final of the MSL last year, and now he's out in the round of 16. So that's disappointing. So it's gonna be a little bit of a pick me up to watch Stork completely own DarkElf here. That'll be fun. This map, by the way, is Fantasy 2, and it's kind of an interesting map. It's got you have your base, and there's a ramp, and then you have an expansion base. That's relatively easy to protect. It has a little, oh, look how cute. Yeah, oh, look, we're on TV, you make me sick. Okay, so there's an expansion with a choke that's relatively easy to protect, so we might see some early expansions here on either player's part. We also might not, we'll just have to see about it. Okay, so DarkElf getting his barracks. Both players not doing anything too interesting at this point yet. The reason I'm expecting Stork to beat DarkElf, by the way, is Stork, while he lost to Savior, his Protoss versus Zerg is not the best. It's decent though. I think people underestimate his Protoss versus Zerg because he can't. He's been having a hard time beating Savior, but I mean, other than that, he still, I think, got something like 55% win percentage against Zerg, which isn't horrible. Anyways, but his Protoss versus Terran is just absolutely ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's the only other player who comes close to it right now is Bisu. And I would actually say that I think that Stork's Protoss versus Terran is probably even a little bit better than Bisu. It depends. I think Bisu probably has better micro with his Zealots and that kind of thing. Stork's Shuttle Reaver micro, though, and his Storm, I think, is a little bit better. Anyways, they are close to even. In any case, Stork, if he can beat DarkElf today, then he will basically be pretty much securing his spot to go on in the OSL, because he beat Nada in his first match in his group, and that'll put him up 2-0. And then even if he loses the third match to Jaedong, which he's got about even chances against Jaedong in my opinion. Even if he loses that match, then he still has a chance to move on. So looking for Stork to pick up a nice win here and secure his spot in the OSL, so we can see more of him. Interestingly, DarkElf kind of bunkering in his door. Not actually literally making a bunker, but I mean he's blocked off his door with supply depots so that Stork cannot march in there, which is it's prudent, I guess. Usually Terrans will do that to prevent quick zealots from coming and getting in there while they get something like an extra command center. You've got to use that defense to protect yourself while you make that command center. Otherwise, you're not going to have the forces on the ground to protect against an early push. So that's what DarkElf has done. He's boxed himself in, and he's put down another command center, and for some reason he's put his Marines outside on. Oh, I guess he's trying to block the ramp a little bit. That's pretty smart, blocking the ramp so that Stork can't just march his Dragoon up to the top of the ramp and then pick at Marines, which he's been known to do before. Stork, on the other hand, has gone for very quick tech. He's gone straight one gateway to Cybernetics Core to a robotics facility. So he's going for. He probably sees that that's going on, and he knows he has the leeway to. He expects that that he's going for. I mean, he was in his base. He saw he only had the one factory. Probably expects that he's getting that expansion. And he knows he has the leeway to go quick tech. It's not like he's rushing or anything like that. So he's gotten that robotics facility. He's getting the robotics support bay down. I didn't see if he made an observatory. He has not made an observatory, which is interesting, because Stork almost always goes for the observatory first. Maybe he figured that since DarkElf was going for that command center, that he wouldn't need. He does have mines, so Stork usually gets those observers out for the mines. Oh, a mine going off, taking out one of his dragoons. That was a little bit unlucky on his part. Also, kind of a poor judgment. He should have expected that mine to be there. But he does have a shuttle out. The robotics support bay is going down, so he should have a Reaver out very soon. He does not have those observers. I'd be surprised if he's not getting observatory right now. And DarkElf, usually running his SCVs out there and not actually mining with them for a second there, but he's got them mining now. Anyways, that was funny for a second. So Stork has a few dragoons, and as we see, because DarkElf spent all those resources on that command center, he does not have a lot of forces on there, so he's not able to make too much of a push. Stork just waiting for that Reaver to come out. The Reaver comes out, is going into that shuttle. He's probably going to pick up a dragoon in that shuttle as well. Finally, he's getting the observatory. He was probably wanted to focus on getting that Reaver. I guess that's probably what he's doing. He wanted to get that Reaver out as quickly as he possibly could. And it looks like it might pay off because DarkElf is in anticipation of those Reavers is getting Goliaths to fend off the shuttles, but he's not going to have them in time. Dragoon goes down, Reaver goes down, Scarab goes off, hits the tank. That tank is probably going to go down by that Scarab. Oh, the Scarab hits both tanks and takes out one of them. This is not looking good for DarkElf, actually. He's having to run all of his SCVs away there. He does have siege mode now, but Stork's micro is going to be too much for that. He does not have his Goliaths out yet.